8 women have come forward to accuse longtime TV journalist Charlie Rose, who appears on both PBS and CBS, of sexual harassment in a lengthy Washington Post expose. The allegations, leveled by both on-the-record and off-the-record sources, include instances when Rose would make lecherous comments to women over the phone, walk around naked in front of female subordinates and grope them. Those incidents reportedly spanned many years, ranging from the late 1990s to 2011, according to the Post. Kyle Godfrey-Ryan, who was an assistant to Rose in the mid-2000s, told the newspaper he would frequently appear naked in front of her. When she told Rose's longtime executive producer Yvette Vega about the incidents, Godfrey-Ryan said Vega replied, "That's just Charlie being Charlie." Looking back, Vega, who has worked for Rose since the 1991 inception of his eponymous show, which airs on PBS, told the Post she regrets her inaction. "I should have stood up for them," she reflected. "I failed. It is crushing. I deeply regret not helping them." Over the years, Rose has enjoyed a revolving door of young, female talent, and given his stature in the journalism field, he wielded quite a bit of authority over fledgling assistants and producers trying to work their way up the ladder. The environment brimmed with the young and potentially vulnerable, hungry for scarce television jobs. "There are so few jobs," said one of the women who said Rose groped her. "You know, if you don't behave a certain way, there's someone else behind you." Rose traveled frequently, jetting off to interview world leaders across the globe and splitting time between 2 New York City residences and homes in Bellport on Long Island and North Carolina. Often at his side was a rotating cast of young assistants and producers. The young women who were hired by the show were sometimes known as Charlie's Angels, 2 former employees said. Rose frequently gave unsolicited shoulder rubs to several of them, behavior referred to among employees as the crusty paw, a former employee said. Comments from both women around Rose and Rose himself have taken on an entirely different meaning in the wake of the accusations against him. For example, in 2014, his CBS This Morning co-host Norah O'Donnell introduced Rose at a fundraiser celebrating his accomplishments, quipping, "We're all here because, with Charlie Rose, one woman is never enough." At the time, Rose said he was glad to have been surrounded by women who were smarter, more thoughtful, and more eloquent than I was. A few years earlier, during a 2010 profile of Penelope Cruz, Rose awkwardly pressed the actor about her sexuality, which he said is part of her DNA. While Cruz acknowledged she is attractive, she said she still has an insecure side. "The good feelings that come from knowing you're beautiful and sexy and, you don't trust it?" Rose prodded. Cruz responded, "No. You know it's there. You know it. You feel it. You know how men react to you," Rose continued to push, before being interrupted by the Hollywood star. "No, that I didn't say that. I know it's there," Cruz said, seemingly confused. "Yes, you do. You know it's there," Rose somewhat forcefully asserted, moments later noting she cannot depend on that for a lifetime. As for the accusations leveled against him now, Rose told the Post he has worked his entire career to be a champion of women in journalism. "In my 45 years in journalism, I have prided myself on being an advocate for the careers of the women with whom I have worked," he said. Nevertheless, in the past few days, claims have been made about my behavior towards some former female colleagues. He said he is deeply sorry for his inappropriate behavior over the years, for which he noted he is greatly embarrassed. "I have behaved insensitively at times, and I accept responsibility for that, though I do not believe that all of these allegations are accurate," Rose continued. "I always felt that I was pursuing shared feelings, even though I now realize I was mistaken." As a result of these shocking claims, Rose said he has a profound new respect for women and their lives. CBS News has suspended Rose and PBS has halted the production of Charlie Rose as a result of the allegations, the Associated Press reported Monday evening.